Hi everyone! For car guys like you and me, the need to have cars with more horsepower is a never-ending cycle. I will talk about cars today that has 600 horsepower or more. I'll be back. Hi everyone! Today has been an interesting day. I went shopping and on the way home I saw an SRT8 Jeep. That's right. He was going pretty fast and we came to a traffic light. I was behind him. I didn't mean to do any racing at all, but he saw me coming on his rear view light. I think he rolled down his window. He went real fast, right? After the light turns green. That car is not a joke. The Jeep, an SRT8, it has 5.7 liter V8 engine. This is the older version, okay? I think the new one, like the Trackhawk, it can produce like 700 horsepower more. But anyway, to make long story short, he went really fast. I wasn't even paying attention. And suddenly he went to move to the right and he waited for me to pass. As soon as I passed, you know what happened, right? He just wanted to know what kind of Porsche Cayenne Turbo that I have. Well, he pressed the gas and he looked at me. I look at him, okay, fine. So I pressed the gas and, well, he felt the power of the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. That his car probably has like 425 horsepower and it produces like 400 foot-pound of torque. But my Porsche Cayenne Turbo, it has a 4.0-liter twin turbo, okay? It produces like 500 horsepower, I think 525 foot-pound of torque. So when my Cayenne Turbo just went straight and he saw, as you know, he went behind me, he saw the turbo badge and then he just stick his thumb up and smile. Oh, okay, so that's the Cayenne Turbo. Anyway, for car guys like you and me, the need to have cars with more horsepower is a never-ending cycle. You know what I'm talking about, right? I thought I was happy with my Jaguar XJR that produces like 770 horsepower. That's right. And then this is the 2002 version, and my 2004 Jaguar XJR actually produces like 400 horsepower. That's right. I own a Corvette C6 that produces like 400 horsepower base, but the thing is the previous owner put like all kinds of modification. I think it produces around like 475 horsepower. It has headers, custom Borla exhaust and all that goodies. Anyway, and then I had Chevy SS that produces like I think 425 to 430 horsepower. It has 6.2 liter V8 engine. I've driven a lot of fast cars and this car is the fastest one that I've owned so far. And I was dreaming, I wanted to have like Dodge Viper that produces like 500 horsepower. The newer one now it produces like 600 to 700 horsepower. The Hennessy Dodge Viper produces like 1000 horsepower. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about the 10 cars that you can get today if you have the cash and the money that produces like 600 horsepower or more. That's right. So that's my next goal with the money that I have. What kind of car that I can afford that can produce like 600 horsepower or more? I already have the 370 horsepower. I already have the 500 horsepower Porsche Cayenne Turbo. So my next car will be the 600 horsepower or more class. That's right. You're probably wondering, you must be crazy. Only car guys can understand. That's right. Anyway, number one, the car that I've been looking for is the 2017-2020 Chevy Camaro ZL1. That's right. I love Camaro. I had 1998 Camaro. I kept it until my daughter was born. That car was fast. I enjoyed that car so much. I used to cruise along Freeway 101 right in California to go to Santa Barbara. I can feel the ocean breeze. The Camaro was a fun car. It was a manual. Oh my God, I love Camaro. The Chevy Camaro ZL1 2017-2020, it has 2.0 liter supercharged V8 engine, okay? It produces like, guess what? 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pound of torque. Well, if you have $70,000, around $75,000, the brand new one, the used one, you can get it around $55,000. I know, right? $55,000, that's a lot of money. $70,000 for the brand spanking new one. You can have 600 horsepower Camaro ZL1. Camaro is the most stable car on the road. I mean, it's a dangerous car, but compared to Mustang, Camaro is well planted. I've driven that car Camaro for 2 years, my 1998, and the newer ZL1, oh my God, that car is the best. I want to get a convertible one, so when I drive it next to the ocean, I can feel the ocean breeze. That's number one. Number two, well, a lot of you knows the Dodge SRT what? Hellcat wide body, that's right. That car has 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi that produces 707 horsepower and 650 pound-foot of torque. I mean, that horsepower, God, that Hellcat. I've been looking at that one. The price started to come down to $45,000, so it's in my price range. Once I get a new gig, new business, new contract, or new job, I've been looking at that thing. 45 to 55,000 for 707 horsepower Dodge Challenger Hellcat. That's actually pretty good if you can buy it cash. That's right. I'm not talking about financing it. I'm thinking about paying it cash. You're probably wondering, what does he do? Well, watch my other video and I'll tell you what I did for a living. But anyway, that's number two, okay? The car that has what? More than 600 horsepower. In fact, that thing has 707 horsepower, the Dodge SRT Hellcat. And number three, oh my God, I love Mustang, okay? In fact, well, when it comes to driving, I love Camaro better. In comes to driving experience for daily drive, Ford Mustang is the best. The Camaro for me is too tight. It's like it felt like a tank. It's like it wrapped you really nice once you go inside, but you have to be like, flexible to get into the Camaro. Once you're inside, you're fine. But the Chevy, the Ford Mustang, I had a 2011 Mustang. I loved it. It's like for daily drive, I prefer to drive Mustang. But the 2020 GT500 Mustang, oh my God, it beats the ZL1. The engine itself, it has 5.2 liter supercharged V8 that produces 760 horsepower and 625 pound-foot of torque. So it's actually faster than the Hellcat. But man, the price of the Shelby Mustang, guess how much? $94,000. I've been looking at the 2014 Mustang GT500. I love the GT500. I just love the look. The 2014 itself, it produces like around 650 horsepower. So that's pretty good. And the price, I've been looking on cars.com, is around $50,000 to $55,000. So I may get the 2014, but the 2020 Mustang GT500 is a beautiful car with the new right suspension. Oh my God, you want to get that one if you have, well, $94,000, which is, that one is pretty much out of my price range. I'm looking around $50,000 to $55,000 car right now once I get a new gig. That's right. And the next car, number four, that I've been looking at online is the used C7 Corvette ZR1. Well, the ZR1 is no joke. That car has 6.2 liter supercharged engine that produces 755 horsepower and 715 foot of torque. That's right. And the 2020 ZR1 is rumored to have 900 horsepower. 900 horsepower, but the price is ZR1 is not a cheap car, okay? I was looking at the 2009 ZR1 here in Virginia. The price was $55,000 for 2009, and the new one is around $122,000. So that's still out of my price range. But if you have $122,000 and you want to have 755 horsepower car, bought the Corvette ZR1. I own a 2005 Corvette C6. It's the most fun car to drive. I mean, that car is a blast. I got a lot of honk from cops. That's right. The cops actually loved it. They keep like turning their lights on, not to pull me over. They just want to wave, you know. Like I wave back at the cops. I mean, I got like special treatment when I own the Corvette C6 convertible. That's why I love Corvette. In terms of reliability about the Corvette, well, you may want to watch my video. Will I buy a Corvette C6 again? Anyway, the car that I've been looking at, number 5, is the BMW M5. Oh my God! The problem with the M5, the cost of repair is a lot. But anyway, the 2020 competition version of the BMW M5 produces like 600 horsepower and what? Oh my God, 617 pound-foot of torque. I mean, the old version of BMW M5 is not a joke either. That car has a V10 that produces 500 horsepower, just like my Porsche Cayenne Turbo. This one, the new BMW M5, the 2020, it has 4.4 V8 twin turbo charge. I don't know why a lot of companies now start to use turbo instead of like purely aspirated V8 like this turbocharged engine. I'm actually really scared. If the twin turbo breaks, oh my goodness, I'm really scared. I don't know how am I gonna be able to fix it. That's number 5, the 2020 BMW M5. If you want to have 600 horsepower car, get that one. Well, the price is around $122,000. That's right. If you have $122,000, just like the Corvette, buy that one. And another car, number 6, the car that I've been looking at. I've been looking at my dream car. If I ever want to buy Mercedes, I want to buy the Mercedes S-Class. That's right. I want the new S-Class, the S63. And another one that I've been looking at is the E63S. That car comes with a V8 twin turbo 4.0 liter engine. That's right. It produces, oh, this is crazy for a Mercedes, 603 horsepower and 626 foot-pound of torque. Man, that Mercedes is no joke, okay? The only, again, problem with Mercedes, even though you are a DIY guy, parts are expensive. That's right. Mercedes parts are not cheap. I've been looking at Bentley, like Maserati, but Mercedes, like those luxury car parts, they're not cheap. If you own a Bentley, just like Jaguar, for example, some of the parts have to be imported from England. That's right. If you own a Bentley, if you watch other Bentley channels, somebody bought an R8, and some parts have to be imported from England. The same thing with my Jaguar XJR. This is a British car. Some parts are not available in the US. Most of the parts have to be imported, which crank up the price. Mercedes part probably cheaper. There are more Mercedes here in the US. But yeah, if you are looking into Mercedes, try to look at E63S Mercedes. You can get 603 horsepower and 626 foot-pound of torque. Again, the price is not cheap. It's actually more expensive than the M5. It's $124,000. $124,000! Oh my goodness, it's like, I can pay some of the mortgage off if I have that much money. And number 7, if you want to buy a car that produces more than 600 horsepower or 600 or more, get the Nissan GTR competition one. The newer one, it produces like 600 horsepower and 441 foot of torque. That car is expensive though, the GTR. You must have around $166,000. That's right. So it's not a cheap car. The GTR is a nice car. I mean, one of my friends actually owned it. He called it the Godzilla. That car is not a joke. I was at the Marine Corps. I saw one guy on a Nissan GTR, and every time he came out of base, he went like, I was like, oh my God, that car looks so cool. The thing is, it has 4 seats. That's right. So your wife, your kids can enjoy the 600 horsepower in your Nissan GTR if you're willing to say bye-bye to $166,000. And then, well, the older version only make 565 horsepower, and it's an all-wheel drive. It's pretty safe, I think. It's around like $65,000 now if you want to spend for Nissan GTR, the old one, you know, the used one. And another thing that I was shocked about is the new Porsche Taycan. That's why I was like, Taycan S. I mean, I've been really happy with my Porsche Cayenne Turbo with 500 horsepower, but when I saw a Taycan S pass by, I'm like, holy cow! I mean, I've never seen a car that goes that fast. I mean, that thing is just like, whoosh. It looks like the movie Tron, you know. I'm like, holy smoke! I mean, the Taycan really smoked my Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Guess how many horsepower that thing has? The Taycan, you may want to sit down with this. It produces 750 horsepower and 774 foot-pound of torque. No wonder that thing flew by like an airplane in the freeway, just passed by my Porsche Cayenne Turbo. I was like, holy smoke, what was that? It looked like the Tron movie, you know, like whoosh. It looked very futuristic. But the only problem with that, you must have $113,000. That's right, $113,000. I'm like, that's out of my price range. But if you have the money, get the Taycan, Taycan, whatever they call it. But that thing is super fast. 750 horsepower. That's like 250 horsepower more than my Porsche Cayenne Turbo. It's crazy, right? That's number 8. I've been looking at it, but when I look at the price, $223,000. This car was $120,000 when it was brand spanking new, okay? The new Cayenne Turbo is around, $160,000. These two cars, they're exotic. They're like $100,000 car plus when it was brand new. The Taycan is, Porsche took it to a different level, $223,000. Number 9, if you love a fast car, don't forget Lamborghini Urus or Bentley Bentayga or something. That car is expensive, but it's getting ridiculous, the price. Lamborghini is still with VW company. So, but that I saw Urus. Oh my God, I wanted to buy it so bad, you know. It passed by again on the freeway. Bentley Bentayga. This is the SUV version. Actually, I don't like the Bentley. I like the Urus better. The Urus, Lamborghini Urus actually looks so much nicer. It was the yellow one. It just passed by and I look at it. Holy cow, that thing has 4.0 liter V8 engine. I know the engine is smaller than my 4.8 V8 engine on my Porsche Cayenne Turbo, but the Lamborghini Urus produces what? 640 horsepower and 625 pound-foot of torque. So wow, if you have, okay, the price, you may want to sit down, is more expensive than the Porsche just because it's Lamborghini, right? VW, Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, Bentley, you know, as it's like different division. Okay, for the Lamborghini Urus, for the brand spanking new one, it's $232,000. That's right, $232,000. I was like, holy smoke, that is crazy. I'm like, I look at, oh my God, I look at the used one. It's $200,000 still, you know. I mean, it has 9,000, miles on it, but still it's 200,000. So if you have 232,000, get Lamborghini Urus so you can drive the car with 641 horsepower and 626 foot-pound of torque. That car is no joke. Again, that car is fast. Well, the Taycan actually is faster and it's quiet. It's like zzz! I was like, I want that one, you know. But I don't know how am I gonna get the $200,000. Maybe I have to wait another like 20 years to get it. I'll be like an old guy. But anyway, the last car, number 10, the car that I've been looking at, the Audi R8 V10. The R8 is not a joke, okay? I think the R8 is the most beautiful car right there on the road. It's not the cheapest one. If you watch the Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson went through the price of parts, maintenance, and you'll be shocked how expensive it is. If you watch the Wizard, for the S8, I was gonna get an S8 for 11,000, but I watched the Wizard channel. He was fixing an S6. Yeah, that's right, with a V8, okay? And he said this car has Lamborghini maintenance and repair costs. I was wondering why the S8 was so cheap. It has 111,000, and I'm like, I'll skip that one. I mean, I trust the wizard. He's a real mechanic. I'm just a DIY guy that do car maintenance and repair on the weekend, but Car Wizard is a full-time car mechanic. So anyway, yeah, if you want to get an Audi R8, the new one, it has a V10 engine. A V10, okay? Not a V8. A V10. It has 5.2 liter V10 engine. That's right. It can just take you, from home to Target or Walmart with 602 horsepower and 413 foot-pound of torque. I mean, that R8 is beautiful. Every time I look at it on the road, I'm like, oh my God, one of these days, I'm gonna have you, I mean, the used one is around $75,000 to $120,000. It's still expensive car. And the new one, the 2020, again, you may want to sit down. I need to look at my wallet. Apparently, I don't have anything. Guess what happened? How much is gonna cost for the R8, the 2020? $220,000. That's right. Oh my God. I'm like, but anyway, that's the 10 cars that you may want to consider. Again, if you're car guys like me, I know, it's like addiction. You are never gonna be satisfied. Some people said, just get Toyota Corolla, get Toyota Camry, get Yaris, Honda. But for car guys like me, I know exactly how you think. I know exactly how you feel. What? Life is too short for a boring car, right? So anyway, make sure give this video a thumbs up. And again, before this, I was gonna buy an R8. There's an R8 here in Virginia for 24 grand, 1999. It has a V12, okay? V12 twin turbo engine. But again, I learned my lesson with this Jaguar. I was really shocked when the subframe broke. And there are two places that sell that part. The brand new one is in England. I have to pay shipping and part around $2,500 for the subframe. It's a heavy part. I mean, to ship it from England to the United States is expensive, but I was lucky. I found it on eBay for $150. So again, I was so tempted to buy that R8. That R8 is not a joke either. It has 500 plus horsepower with V12 engine. But again, think about it. Before you're going through that 10 cars that produce 600 horsepower, make sure not only you have the money to buy it cash, you have to think about the insurance. That's right. The Porsche is the most expensive car to insure in my garage right now. This is the cheapest one. That car is super expensive. Make sure you call your insurance company first. Call them, hey, give them their VIN number, the VIN number of the car. I'm planning to buy this car. How much does it cost to insure it? You'll be shocked when you call the insurance company. Hey, I have this Audi R8 that costs $220,000. How much does it cost to insure? Or the Lamborghini Urus or Ferrari, and you'll be shocked. Make sure number one, check the insurance company first. That's right. And make sure Google around how much that it costs in terms of parts. Is it expensive? If you want to do DIY, fine. The thing is, you must consider the price of the parts. Parts are not cheap, okay? For exotic cars, parts are not cheap. Just to tell you this, I own a lot of exotics. This is not just my first. I've owned around like 16 cars so far. So this is my last two, just because I don't have anything to do right now. I don't have new gig. But again, and then call dealership just for fun, or mechanic, just regular mechanic. Hey, if I have Lamborghini Urus or Audi R8 or Porsche, how much does it cost to fix this? Just ask them and they will give you the price. And think about it. Okay, if this thing breaks, even though you have like, let's say 50 grand, right, to buy car cash, if it breaks, if you buy used one, I guarantee you something is wrong with it. Even with a Bentley, Some people said, oh, there's a Bentley R8 for 30,000 miles. Oh, be careful with that. Water pump. The thing is, this car, the water coolant reservoir, sometimes it leaks. Jaguar, Bentley, British car has the issues. My Jaguar 2004, guess what? It leaked coolant all over the place. I remember I had to replace it myself. If I had to take it to the dealer, they were gonna charge me like $1,600, but I did it myself for $500 just for a part, okay? $500 just for a part, and I had to do it myself. They sell kit out there for $500. So, but again, before you buy exotic and the 10 cars that I listed, make sure think about the insurance cost, the cost of the parts, and the cost of repair. And to throw one thing extra, are you willing to get dirty? Do you have the tools? I have tools in my garage. I have all kinds of tools, but not all the tools I have, like a full-time professional mechanic, see? Are you willing to learn, to get dirty, to get some grease on your hand, to get a little bit bald hair like me? I mean, it's fun. It's fun time. If you have the money, the time, not only the money to buy it, the money to insure it, to what? To buy the parts if it's broken, and to make mechanics if you are unable to what? To fix it yourself. So anyway, love you guys. Again, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Bye.